Welcome back to None of Your Beeswax Apiary. It's the end of August here in East Tennessee, and it's time for us to start getting our fall mite treatments done, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Today we're going to be treating with Apiguard. It's a thymol-based treatment. There's two different ways it comes packaged. It comes packaged in small pre-packaged trays that you just peel the foil off and put that in your hive. And it also comes in these bigger tubs that you can individually place it in a hive using the mixture that's in this tub here. If you've got a few hives, the pre-packaged stuff works perfectly. If you've got a lot of hives, this stuff works a lot better. It gives you a little bit more flexibility because there's two options for treatment. The product says it's good between 60 degrees and 105 degrees on the label, but it also says if your daytime temperatures are above 77, you have the option of doing half doses. So there's two dosing options. The first is a 50-gram dose, and you leave that in the hive for 2 weeks, and then you repeat that for another 2 weeks for a total of 4 weeks. And then at the higher temperatures, it gives you the option of a half dose of 25 grams, and you repeat that weekly for 4 weeks. And you get the same amount of treatment, you're just putting less product in the hive. And the reason is when it's hot and you've got that product off gassing, that will sometimes affect the bees. It definitely slows the queen down laying, and going into fall right now you want her laying as much as possible so you have big strong hives. So we're still going to be in the higher temperatures this week, although it's cooling off. We're going to be mid-70s, low 80s, but I'm still going to go ahead and do the half dose treatment on all these hives, and then we'll just come back every week for the next 4 weeks and put another half dose treatment in. We did that last year, it worked great, so we're going to go ahead and do that this year. So we'll go ahead and get set up. We'll show you how we prep the cards to put in, and we'll go from there. So a little side note here, just kind of wanted to show you, we got done pulling and extracting all of our honey, so we've been cleaning up our equipment, and the quickest way to get a lot of the honey and wax off of it without having to wash it is to set it out and let the bees clean it off. So this is the last of our stuff here. This is our strainer that we use to strain the honey coming out of the extractor before it goes into the bucket. It gets all the large wax pieces out and any other bits and chunks that may be in there. And we go ahead and just put it out here this morning, let the bees clean it off. They'll have it cleaned off today, and then we'll go ahead and wash it. They use that honey, and they're pretty efficient. So before we go opening the hives and getting them all riled up, I just wanted to show you something else I noticed here. We're in a nectar dearth right now, but the bees are bringing in pollen. If you watch these bees that are coming in the hive, you'll see on the back of their legs, their pollen sacs there, they've got little bits of bright light yellow, kind of orangish pollen on the back of their legs. They go out and they collect that and they pack it on the back of their legs, bring it back to the hives, and use that to make bee bread and feed the new bees. So we've got goldenrod that's blooming up here right now, so that's probably some of the pollen's coming in. You can see that one right there has got a good amount of pollen on her back legs. So just want to take a minute to show that as well. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to prep all the hives, and to do that you definitely want to remove any honey supers that you may have on, which we've already pulled all of ours off, but you can't use this product with honey supers on. And you also want to remove any feeders you may have on. It says on the product label to not feed the bees during this time period that you're treating, so you want to make sure they're all good and fed up and heavy, because you won't want to feed them for the next 4 weeks. And the reasoning behind that is you want them to concentrate on taking this product and distributing it through the hive, because that's how this product works. The bees will come up, they'll see it as a foreign substance, and they'll distribute it, trying to get it out of the hive and spread it around. That's how it kills the mites. So you want them busy doing that and not feeding during this time period. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to put a super on top, because that gives space. And while we're in here, we're going to kill some hive beetles. Hive beetle smash. There's a couple, there's not too many. We will probably put one of our bye-bye beetle baits in here when we do this, just because we did see a couple hive beetles, so we'll do that as well. But like I was saying, you want to put a super on here. It gives the bees space to get up into here to get to the product, and then spread that throughout the hive. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put supers on all these and get them ready, and then we'll prep the cards and put them in. Okay, so now that we've got all our hives prepped, it's time to go ahead and prep the treatment to put in the hives. If you buy the bulk tubs, they come with these little cardboard holders here that you're going to put the product on. It also comes with a syringe to suck the product up into. It's got all these labels right here for the different dosages, 25 and 50, and what I did is I took a Sharpie and wrote on there with a little Sharpie to kind of make it stand out a little bit better so it's easier to see when you're trying to pull these things up. And something else you always want to check is the expiration date on the product, which is right here. It's good until January of 2026. We used this last year, so this is a leftover tub last year, but it keeps. So always check your expiration date on the tub, because sometimes when you get it, it may expire within 6 months or so, depending upon how long it's been sitting on somebody's shelf. The top of the bucket here says stir well before each use. So we've got a little wooden stick here. We're going to go ahead and get in here and stir this product up. Mix it all back together, make sure it's all good and homogeneous. And you can see it's kind of a gel mix, but it's a little bit liquidy gel, so you can suck it up into that syringe and dispense it onto those cards fairly easy. Give that a good stir, make sure it's all good mixed up. Don't want to waste any product. We're going to take our syringe, stick it down in the product, and we're going to extract. We're going to extract 50 grams. That'll do 2 cards because we're only doing 25 per dose. So once we get that there, we're going to take our cards, lay them out here, and then just dispense the product. You don't want to leave it in a big glob. You kind of want to spread it out a little bit so that the bees have more access to it. And we're going to do that for each card. And we've got 9 hives out here out front, so we're going to go ahead and prep 9 of these cards to put in. As I said before, always check your product label, follow the product label. You cannot put this on with supers on, but if you're using it and you want to put supers on later, the label says you can immediately put supers on after you remove the dosage from the hive. There are some products out there, like Formic Pro, that let you use it with supers on, but that is a lot more temperature sensitive. This is a little bit more temperature forgiving, but you still have to be careful because you will cause your queen to shut down laying, and if it gets really hot and you're using full dosages, it could also kill your queen. We've had good luck with this in the fall. We always use this in the fall as our fall treatment and have never had any issues with it. And just having that black Sharpie marker under just makes it so much easier to see those lines when you're trying to dispense this product. And there we go. We'll go ahead and put those into the hive now. Okay, now we're ready to place our product in our hive. So we're going to go ahead and pull the lid off and get our smoker. Smoke these bees down in here. This is our bye-bye beetle bait. We're going to go ahead and put that in the corner. The hive, we've seen some small hive beetles in. We didn't see too many. There's 3 or 4 right there, but it's enough for us to put a bait trap in there to keep them in check. And we're going to take our dispense card with our Apiguard on it and just set it right there in the middle of the hive. The bees will take that, they'll distribute it through the hive. We're going to come back in 1 week and do the same thing again, put another treatment in, and we're going to do that for 4 consecutive weeks. Then we just put our top back on and find our rock that belongs on top of here to weigh it down. And one other thing the product says is do not go back into the hive during the exclusion period, which they consider the first 48 hours. So you don't want to open the hive up for at least 48 hours. We don't open it up at all during that week. We will leave them alone for the full week and then come back and put the next treatment in. And that's it. Pretty quick and simple, easy treatment to use. It's very effective. We use it every fall. It gives them a good low mite count going into winter, and then about halfway through winter in December when they're broodless or near broodless, we'll go ahead and clean them up with some oxalic acid vapor. But this is a good treatment to get them into winter with and get them good and strong and low mite count. I got a bee flying around me. She wants to tell me how she feels. So be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave any comments you may have below, and join us again for our next video.